is a sham. Your boasted liberty, an unholy license. Your national greatness, swelling vanity. Your sounds of rejoicing are empty and heartless. Your denunciation of tyrants, brass-fronted impudence. Your shouts of liberty and equality, hollow mockery. Your prayers and hymns, your sermons and thanksgivings, with all your religious parade and solemnity, are to him mere bombast, fraud, deception, impiety, and hypocrisy. A thin veil to cover up crimes that would disgrace a nation of savages. There's not a nation of the earth guilty of practices more shocking and bloody than are the people of these United States at this very hour. At a time like this, scorching irony, not convincing argument, is needed. Oh, had I the ability and could reach the nation's ear, I would today pour forth a stream, a fiery stream of biting ridicule, blasting reproach, withering sarcasm, and stern rebuke. For it is not light that is needed, but fire. It is not the gentle shower, but thunder. We need the storm, the whirlwind, the earthquake. The feeling of the nation must be quickened. The conscience of the nation must be roused. The propriety of the nation must be startled. The hypocrisy of the nation must be exposed, and the crimes against God and man must be proclaimed and denounced.
Welcome back to the show. It's your man HRap coming at you live and direct. This is Built for This Network. This is a podcast called Build and Destroy. I keep emphasizing podcast because a lot of people don't understand that when I send you that link or you get the link via mail, all you have to do is click it anytime, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Go to Spotify, go to iHeartRadio, go to wherever you get podcasts from, or any place that you know of, or come back here to Sprea.com and listen to it 1,000 times. You can listen to it as soon as the show over. You can listen to it. You come in right now, you're late. Come back in 2 hours, come back in an hour or 45 minutes or whenever I end this, and you can listen to it again. It is no such thing as missing the show. You can listen to it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't forget. With that being said, thank you for tuning in. This is Saturday. This is Build and Destroy. And I want to get this thing cracking so you can get back to your barbecue and your family and your friends or what have you. The voice that you heard was James Earl Jones. Salute to the ancestor. Well, excuse me. Salute to the great James Earl Jones. Salute to the great James Earl Jones. But he was reading from the 4th of July, a speech from Fredrick Douglas. As you heard, man, Fredrick Douglass and our ancestors, again, this is why it upset me so much when I hear these jackasses on TV talking about we're not our ancestors. So if you're one of those people, I think you're a dumbass. Yeah. So I'm not going, oh man, see, you need to look at it like this. No, you're a dumbass. And if you're defending it, I think you're a dumbass too. But as you see, these people were not just laying down, man. These are human beings. These people are human beings. And they understood the situation that they were in. And obviously, the people were saying we're not our ancestors. They don't. But even with that being said, you saw the vitriol, you saw the vigor, and you saw the acknowledgement of what was going on to his people and his speech. This is a speech that a lot of people read on an annual basis, and it shows you that people were sick and tired, and they were pissed off about the situation they were in, and they understood that they couldn't do anything about it at that moment. But the reason I played that is because it is the 4th of July, and I saw on social media, what do we do? What do we do? You know, look, man, did nobody say you shouldn't be glad that you got off yesterday or Monday? Barbecue like you normally do. And if you want to be a patriot, Knock yourself out, man. Again, man, there is no penalty for being who the hell you are. But also, if you celebrating the freedom of this country and all that, then I am going to look at you like, yes, you ain't cracked up open a book ever. Because you would have to be celebrating the independence of the United States of America and be African, you have to be outside your mind. Now, you can celebrate the day off all you want, and you can get together with your family and celebrate that, but for you to be walking around with a red, white, and blue t-shirt talking about God bless me, I really question you. And if you have judgment for me, all you have to do is go to the library, pick up a book called The Counter-Revolution of 1776 by one Gerald Horne. Okay? Gerald Horne is the guy I want you to look up. Gerald Horne, adequate, his statement is simply this. You were taught that this war, the Revolutionary War, was started because white people got tired of getting taxed, yada, 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 and they stood up against the great power of Britain and blah, 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 yakety smackety, right? That's what you were taught. That's what I was taught. But when you read Gerald Horne's book, you realize that this was a case. This was bigger than that, because this goes back to the United Kingdom. And it's a Somerset case. Mr. Somerset was an African who was under the tyranny of slavery in England. And he told them, y'all don't have any laws on the books saying I'm supposed to be a slave. So how am I a slave? Let us go. And because he was in court stating this, they had to honor it. Because you can't retroactively write a law to make somebody a slave if you're a human. So actually, people in England must have had some form of humanity. That says people, saying how people who are over here so engaged with this damn Confederate flag, maybe we need to start, maybe the black community needs to start to fly the Union Jack. Because that's part of our heritage, remember? But that's neither here nor there. But with that being said, they set them free. And you know what they did? Damn, we were proven wrong. And the Americans over there, the people over there on the New World, they starting to cut up. Gerald Horne, Horene, sorry. Horn, like trumpet. Thank you, Rhonda. It's my sister, Rhonda. The English said, what we gonna do, since the Americans starting to cut up a little bit, they weren't even American, the colonists were cutting up a little bit, they started to lose their grip. They started coming over here and talking to the natives and the brothers. Hey man, ain't y'all sick of these crackers? Roll with us. Start talking this down, and when we kick their ass, we gonna rock with y'all. And the natives, by them being sovereign, they sick of them. They get like, yeah, man, we need to kick all y'all out, but y'all might be a little better than them. And of course, the brothers and the sisters is like, we gonna be free, cause that's the lie George Washington punk ass told. Lie, George Washington. Lie, George Washington. I'm gonna say it again. Lie, George Washington. That's a lie he told too. I mean, we'll let y'all go if y'all blah, blah, blah. So, the Declaration of Independence in Philadelphia that year, they even mention in the Declaration of Independence, you can research it, look it up. It states that King George is agitating the slaves and the natives. That's another reason we got to break loose from him, because he kicking it off. We sick of him, and he starting to kick it up with these dudes over here. He gonna empower them, and we gonna be just regular citizens over here instead of this being a white country. Then next thing you know, Declaration of Independence is signed. The war starts. They tell us a lie. Help us fight the English. We're free, y'all. The rest is history. See, this also goes into last night. Again, this also goes into last night's events. If you're not aware, President Donald J. Trump, and again, I keep saying his whole name, and I want to say President Trump, because when you're agitated by the fact that he's the president, hopefully you'll do something about it. Hopefully you register to vote. Hopefully you'll do something to get his ass out of here. Instead of just watching, you're going to participate in the process. So, Donald Trump stood in front of, I almost said Mount Everest, Mount Rushmore last night. And when his Trump rallies. Shout out to Cameron, honey. And when his Klan rallies. And, you know, blah, blah, blah. And the reason I bring that up is this. Everybody talking about monuments. Taking down monuments. And this, that, and the third. And we got to do this. It was symbolic what he did last night. And what he did was this. He stood in front of that monument of slave owners and white supremacists and said, you know, whatever he said, because I'm not listening to none of that shit he's saying, because he not angling towards me. Shout out to Herman Cain for going to the Trump rally and getting the boo-boo flu. Sucks to be you, homie. But it was symbolic, y'all. See, while everybody's talking about flags and everybody glad, oh man, they took the Mississippi flag down. We making progress. No, we not. Won't y'all, hey, just all you gotta do is look at the Alabama flag and look at the state of Tennessee flag. Challenge anybody to do it right now. Tell me that's not a variation of the Confederate flag. What they did by taking that Mississippi flag down and leaving the Alabama and the Tennessee flag up is a paramount of slapping you in your face. See, if these things were actually meant to change things, they would. These are called concessions, diversions. But again, back to this dude at Mount Rushmore. He had Mount Rushmore last night. He got all these white folks out there rallying. It's the you are president. You're the man. You're the best racist we know. You want to bigot. But what you don't understand is the same dude, for people who are from the South who are listening, think about Stone Mountain. They got those Confederate soldiers on that mountain down there. The dude who designed Mount Rushmore. And the Northerners asked him to do it, and the Confederate got mad and fired him. Because they were going to do Jefferson Davis and all those and his crew and put them on Stone Mountain. But you notice that Stone Mountain thing ain't down. Ain't nobody talking about removing that. And when they found out he was working with the North, they deleted some of his work. See, these are not acts that are more than 100 years old. So when you tell me, oh man, it was different, that Stone Mountain thing was done in the 60s. And it was financed by these people called the Daughters of the Confederacy. And these are the people who created your monuments. The Jefferson Davis monuments, the General Lee monuments, and all these people who hated us. All those monuments throughout the South and those flags. These are the people who did this in the 60s. So while you're thinking, oh man, these monuments been up all. These monuments are not even older than your big brother and big sisters. You know, so, but back to last night. He in front of this monument and doing the, what's his name, Andrew Jackson, pushing the people that they call Indians toward the western part of the country because they just ganked that from Napoleon, Louisiana Purchase and all that, pushing them out there. Then they found out it was gold in the foothill in the Black Hill Mountains, and the people that they call the Sioux Indians. Guess what? Sioux is a slur. You know, so everybody, well, man, the roach and the Redskin, blah, 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 blah. Y'all call a whole nation of people the Sioux, and that's a slur. They are the Lagala Lakota people. those very same people, this is how you know